Have you ever noticed a strange emptiness in your life? Not depression and not despair, just a quiet sense that something essential is missing. As if you're living in grayscale when the world should instead be in colour. If you felt that, you're not alone. And it's not a personal thing, it's a cultural one. Modern life gives us all the ingredients we're told should make us fulfilled. A job, a home, comfort, entertainment, hobbies, relationships, and yet despite all of these things, something feels like it's missing. People look around and ask, is this it? Why doesn't any of this feel as rich as it should? The truth is this: our world is built to keep our minds focused on the surface of things. We get the general outline of life, but we lack the depth. We're able to function, but we lack meaning. We have comfort, but we lack true nourishment. And this is why so many people feel an ache that they just can't point to or name. Think about how you feel when you walk through a forest or stand by the ocean, watching a storm blowing in. People describe it as calming, but it's so much more than that. It feels real in a way that our everyday lives simply don't. The question is why? The answer is that nature is unmediated reality. It's not curated or edited or engineered to keep you entertained. It simply is. There's no pretense, there's no performance, only raw existence unfolding on its own terms. In contrast, the modern human world is a maze, a labyrinth of rules, abstractions, routines, and expectations. A world designed for efficiency, productivity, but not vitality. And so when nature feels alive and your everyday life feels grey, it's not your imagination. You're glimpsing reality as we construct it versus reality as it truly is. Modern science tells us that we are fundamentally conscious beings. Logical, deliberate, choosing everything through rational deliberation. But the truth is that that's only half of the story. Beneath your conscious mind is something far older and more powerful. The unconscious. The part of you that shapes your values, your desires, your behaviours, your fears, and your sense of inspiration. It determines these things long before you're even consciously aware of them. And the tricky part is that your unconscious mind is not shaped by logical arguments. It doesn't respond to lectures or rational plans. Instead, it responds to images, to symbols, to stories and myths. So if you feel like life is dull or thin, it might be because your unconscious has been starved of the things that it desires most. And here's the key idea. The quality of your inner world depends upon the quality of the impressions that you feed your unconscious mind. Your unconscious is shaped every minute of every day by the things that you surround yourself with. The art you see, the stories you engage with, the music you listen to, the ideas you entertain, essentially the images that fill your imagination and your mental space. If those things are shallow and superficial, then your inner life also becomes shallow and superficial. If they're chaotic, your inner life becomes chaotic. But when you expose yourself to depth, to meaningful art, profound ideas, great films, complex characters, poetry, inspiring myths, beauty and nature, your unconscious mind, and in fact your entire being, begins to strengthen, to awaken, to expand. You begin to feel more alive because you are feeding that inner part of you that shapes your life in the most profound way. This is the strange paradox of modern life. People feel empty not because their lives lack comfort, but because their minds lack nourishment. The great irony is that many of us live in a world of almost infinite stimulation Yet our deepest selves are malnourished. So if you want to elevate your life, don't start with productivity optimization and routines. Start with focusing on what your unconscious mind is consuming. Feed it things that inspire a sense of awe, wonder, amazement, transcendence, and meaning. Expose yourself daily to symbols and stories that lift you up, because the truth is that you rise or fall based on the nature of the content that you feed your unconscious mind. So ask yourself this important question. What have I been feeding my mind? And what might my life look like if I were to feed my mind more beautiful, inspiring, and uplifting impressions? This is what Project Renaissance is all about. Rebuilding a richer inner life, one idea, one impression, one moment at a time.